Welcome back to the It's the Money channel, where we give you all the intel you need to establish relationships with the banks and build your credit profile. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 credit building offers that all seem to be run by the same company. That would be Memelli, which is a credit builder. Okay, it's very much like, all these are very much like My Jewelers Club. RIP if you guys missed that. It was by far one of my favorites. I used it myself to build my own credit. GetThatJewelry.com and LigosJewelry.com. Now it's weird because the timeline is kind of all mixed up, but it would appear Ligos Jewelry came first, and then that morphed into Get That Jewelry, even though I'll show you in just a second. There's a site that said that it went the other way, the site that claims to essentially have launched that product, and now we have the most recent one, which is Memelli. Now it's not like I'm uncovering some big secret here. They're using the same address outside of a suite number is different. They have the same TOS on their credit terms and service, but I just want you to know, because first off, some people will go to this and think that they're separate companies. Maybe they won't do any research, and they're thinking, oh wow, this one will give me a 12,500 credit line, this one will give me a 15,000 credit line or trade line, however you want to call it, and they'll get both, not knowing that it's essentially the same company. Now, you may still want to get both. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. So before we talk about the terms, though, let's talk about this other company, the Credit Care Company. I haven't dug into them yet, but on January 4th, 2021, this is what's weird about it, is that they're introducing Ligos Jewelry, formerly known as Get That Jewelry, whereas it seems like it's the other way around, because the one that went away is Ligos, and the one that's still around is Get That Jewelry. So I don't know, who cares? But Memelli is essentially designer watches, I guess you'd call this. I'm not really a watch guy, so I'm sure in the comment section you can tell me if these are like good watches or just good knockoffs. I don't know. And then I think they've got, a couple of designer purses. Not a huge selection, but they've got watches and purses. And then Get That Jewelry, we'll come back to this FAQ in just a second. Get That Jewelry it looks like diamond rings and necklaces, earrings as well. Okay, so you see there's a difference. There is a difference between the two. I guess it would depend on what you really wanted to get. But now let's dive into the differences. So this one is up to 15,000. And this one here, Memelli, is 12,500, very similar. We jump over to the credit line terms and conditions, which this is one of the first things I do, is I jump into the terms and conditions to see if there's anything nefarious, anything a little sneaky peeky I should know about. And so get into that habit, right? And there isn't here. $19.99 per month service charge. So instead of you paying a $99 yearly fee like you did with New Coast Direct or with My Jeweler Club, you pay $20 a month, essentially. And if you cancel this, then you're canceling the whole trade line. Understand that. And here's where that outlines that there. So let's look at these two side by side, what the terms are. There is no sign up fee, essentially, but there is a monthly fee, so same. No APR, which I think is amazing. Absolutely incredible. There's no yearly APR. I don't know if there's some sort of, I assume that this stuff is marked up. I guess you could technically say the APR is masked in the price of the product. I assume that's how they make that work. And the terms are the same for both. First, you have to do a minimum purchase on either site, Memelli or Get That Jewelry, of $300. And you have to pay 50% of that out of your pocket. So your minimum first amount that you're spending on the site to open up this 12.5 thousand trade line here and $15,000 trade line there is essentially $150 minimum out of pocket, and you'll pay the balance over the next 10 months. Like I said, minimums are $300, so you'll pay $150 up front to cover that. Okay, you can see on their TOS page here, this is from Memelli, Get That Jewelry account, GetThatJewelry.com. So that's fine. They just use the same TOS page. I mean, I don't see that as really a big deal. But let's go back here and let's look at some of this FAQ, which this FAQ I assume covers both sites, even though they're different sites. Some things I didn't really like would be, do we report to credit bureaus? This is like oddly vague. Yes, your positive and negative payment history will be reported to 2 or more credit bureaus. Which ones? Is this every month? Is this like on an ongoing basis? This could take, with these credit builders, 30, 60, 90 days for them to even start reporting. The monthly service fees, they talk about, obviously, refund policy. You have a no refund exchange only policy on product purchases, and they're subject to probably something. Restocking fee of 50%. That's high, but restocking fees normally 10%. I assume they had no exchanges at all. Similar, My Jewelers Club, I knew going into it I was buying junk. And again, I did it so I could rebuild my credit, and it worked wonders. Okay, does this assist in building your credit? Another weird thing is, like, we also report to your history and credit bureaus, And the framing of this article here was like, yeah, credit builder, you started off right, adding another credit builder to our team. As we said before, we started working closely with more credit builders we deem credible and helpful to our clients, blah, blah, blah. Help boost your credit. Again, I don't know what their involvement was or if this is a temporary thing. It was written in January of this year, so 6 months ago. Maybe that ended, I'm not sure. But then you read the tonality of their FAQ and it says, no, we don't guarantee this aids in building or rebuilding your credit, even though it does. Maybe this is just to like keep themselves really, really protected so that they don't get similar treatment that we saw with, New Coast Direct and all these others. I'm not really entirely sure what the point of that positioning was. I can only assume that they're going way out of their way to say, no, we're not a credit builder, even though they are a credit builder, I guess. That's pretty much it there. Oh, the only other thing I wanted to mention before I go, don't go getting too excited about these trade lines and getting $20, $30, $40,000 in trade lines, and then you got like, Capital One Platinum or Capital One Quicksilver or something like that for $500, is that actually will negatively affect your FICO score. So having too many trade line accounts or what look like are obvious, credit lines at a, online merchant or credit builders will have a negative effect on your credit score. I will say that out of the gates, if you need a great credit builder, I mean, holy cow, I was only able to get, what was my Jeweler Club was 5,000, New Coast Direct I think was 2,000, or maybe it was 11,000. I'm not sure. 15,000 is an absolute ton, and to me, $19.99 a month isn't that bad to make that happen. $150 out of pocket. I mean, I spent $100. All these are pretty much the same, right? I don't know how good or quality the products are. I don't know if that even matters. I think what's more important here is that you're getting a $15,000 trade line or a $12,500 trade line on Memelli put onto your two out of the three of your of the bureaus, which is going to absolutely help your credit score, especially in the beginning. And then you after a year, after you've been building your credit and you make other substantial moves, then get rid of something like that. But this will help you get higher balances right out of the gates. This will help you get out of that $500 range, $250 credit card range, and get into stuff that's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, because it absolutely is influenced by the size of current trade lines and credit card, revolving credit card trade lines that you've already got. Okay. So anyways, that's all I've got for you. If you like this video, take a second, just comment or like it or share it with a friend, because that'll help us, get this moving into algorithms, and will really help us get this message in front of new people, grow our community, okay? And if you're brand new here, you like this sort of thing, then go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell notification. Be on the lookout, more videos coming soon.